Hi, I'm Devin from Careerified. Welcome back to the living room. This week, I wanted to talk a little bit about cooperative education programs in post-secondary education. So, co-op. If you've been doing research into colleges and universities, you may find that you've heard the phrase co-op quite a lot. What my experience has been is that schools will throw around the word co-op, but they're sort of using it like an umbrella term. So the term you're actually looking for is work integrated learning, or WIL. And WIL is the overarching term that encompasses tons of different experiences. So it might be co-op for sure, or it might be field placement, it might be internship, it might be job shadowing. But it's basically some kind of program within the program that your kid is taking that allows them to gain some workplace experience before they graduate from their program. Now, over the past several years, the federal government has put a ton of money into this. So colleges and universities all across Canada, in every province and every territory, have found ways to increase the number of work integrated learning opportunities for students in more programs than ever. And so what that means is that your kids now have access to more of these options than really anybody else would have before them. Sifting through them can be a little bit tricky. Co-op typically is the paid experience, and normally the process is, you work for a semester. Most often it's the summer semester, but schools have gotten a lot more flexible on that in recent years. So basically your kid will work for 4 months and get paid, and there's an additional fee associated with being enrolled in co-op. For other types of learning, usually it's much more integrated. So maybe the student just has to complete, 100 hours of unpaid work, and that's one of their academic requirements. Or they might go out to work 1 or 2 days a week through one of their semesters, and that's part of their academic requirements. It's a course that they've actually signed up for. Whatever school your kids go to, there will be procedures and systems in place to ensure that they are doing work that is appropriate. It's field related, it's something that's connected to their program, and it's also at an appropriate level of their education and experience. And schools will specifically seek out employers who are bonded is the word I want to say. That's not quite right, but employers who have proper onboarding and oversight, who offer proper workplace insurance and that sort of thing. So you want to think about stuff like in a particular field that your kid wants to go into, maybe you or your spouse or another family member has a lot of connections in that field. The thing that comes to mind is engineering. So let's say your kid says, yes, I want to go into engineering. That's really interesting. And a ton of places offer engineering co-op programs. But if your kid would be able to get a summer job at, an agency or a consulting firm or something like that without needing to pay an extra co-op fee, is co-op really important then? Something to be aware of. Or if it's a situation where, the school is calling it co-op, but what they really mean is your kid is expected to complete 6 weeks of unpaid work at the end of their program, are you cool with that? Is that something you're prepared for? And then lastly, how does the program actually roll out? So would your kid have to secure their own placement? Are they assigned something? So is their program very prescribed where they have to complete different types of work integrated learning opportunities along the way? And so does the school assign something specific as it goes? So how does the school actually administer the program, and what does that mean for your kid? What are they actually going to be expected to do? And knowing your kid, are they going to do it? So my tip for this week is when a school is talking to you about the co-op program that they offer, do your research. Ask the questions. Work integrated learning opportunities are pretty wicked cool. There's some really neat things that students can be doing to learn more about the workplace and get a better sense of what to expect. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean that they need to work there for a summer and pay extra fees. So ask those questions, do that research, and figure out what's going to fit your kid the best. That is my tip for this week. I will see you next week here in the living room. You take care. Thanks.